Every fruit explained, nature's most delicious creations. Picture a world without fruit. No slices of watermelon on a hot summer day, no bananas in your morning smoothie, no strawberries dipped in chocolate, no mangoes. And honestly, if you've ever bitten into a perfectly ripe mango, you know that alone would be a tragedy. Fruit is everywhere. It's ancient. It's beautiful. It's one of the few foods that practically begs you to eat it, with its bright colors, sweet smell, and ready-to-eat flesh. But most people don't really know what fruit is, or why it exists, or why some of the things we casually call vegetables are actually fruits. Today, we're going on a journey through the world of fruit, from the jungles of Southeast Asia to the orchards of Europe, from the tiniest berry to the heaviest fruit on earth. Every type explained. Before we talk about individual fruits, we need to answer a question that sounds simple, but really isn't. What is a fruit? Botanically speaking, scientifically, a fruit is the mature, ripened ovary of a flowering plant. In plain language, a fruit is what a plant produces after its flower is fertilized. It contains the seeds. Its entire purpose is to protect those seeds and help spread them. And here's where it gets interesting. By that definition, tomatoes are fruit. So are cucumbers, peppers, avocados, pumpkins, squash. Even corn kernels are technically fruit. Botanically, all of these are fruits because they develop from the flower of a plant and contain seeds. But in the kitchen and in everyday life, we call them vegetables. Because they're savory, because they don't taste sweet, because putting a tomato in a fruit salad feels deeply wrong. So we have two definitions, the scientific one and the culinary one. And they don't always agree. Throughout this video, we're talking about the fruits we eat as fruits, the sweet, ripe, delicious ones. But it's worth knowing that nature doesn't always follow our categories. Some fruits are so common, so familiar, that we almost forget how extraordinary they are. The apple has been around for thousands of years. It originated in the mountains of Central Asia in what is now Kazakhstan, where wild apple forests still exist today. Ancient traders carried apple seeds along the Silk Road. Romans spread apple cultivation across Europe. And today, there are over 7,500 known varieties of apple in the world. From the tart Granny Smith to the sweet Fuji, from the crisp Honey Crisp to the classic Red Delicious, each one different, each one shaped by centuries of cultivation and care. There's a reason we say an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Apples are rich in fiber, vitamin C, and antioxidants. They're one of the most studied fruits in nutritional science. And they've been at the center of human mythology from the Garden of Eden to Snow White for as long as stories have been told. The orange was born in Southeast Asia, likely in southern China, over 4,000 years ago. It traveled west along ancient trade routes through India, Persia, and the Arab world, before arriving in Europe in the 15th century. But here's a fun fact. The original oranges weren't orange. They were green. The familiar orange color only develops in cooler temperatures. In tropical countries, oranges stay green even when fully ripe. The color came later. The name actually came from the Sanskrit word naranga, which traveled through Persian, Arabic, and Portuguese, before becoming the English word we know today. Today, oranges are the most cultivated fruit in the world, and that morning glass of orange juice? It's connected to a journey that spans 4,000 years and 5 continents. The banana is one of the oldest cultivated fruits on Earth, and one of the most consumed. Over 100 billion bananas are eaten every year worldwide. It's the 4th largest agricultural product in the world, after wheat, rice, and corn. Bananas originated in Papua New Guinea and Southeast Asia, where they were first cultivated around 8,000 BCE, making them one of the very first fruits humans deliberately farmed. They traveled to India, then Africa, then the Americas with Portuguese sailors in the 1500s. And here's a remarkable fact. Bananas as we know them today are actually sterile. The commercially grown Cavendish banana, the one in every supermarket, cannot reproduce on its own. Every single one is a clone, grown from cuttings. They're genetically identical, which means if a disease ever wiped out the Cavendish, and one nearly did in the 1950s, the banana aisle would go silent overnight. When you hear the word berry, you probably think of strawberries, blueberries, and raspberries. But botanically, Almost none of those are true berries. A true berry, by scientific definition, is a fruit that develops from a single flower with one ovary and has its seeds embedded in the flesh. By that definition, bananas are berries, grapes are berries, kiwis are berries, watermelons are berries, even eggplants and tomatoes are berries. Strawberries? Not a berry. Raspberries? Not a berry. Blackberries? Also not a berry. Blueberries are among the most antioxidant-rich foods on the planet. Native to North America, they were used by indigenous peoples for centuries, eaten fresh, dried, and used medicinally. Strawberries, whatever they technically are one of the most beloved fruits in history. They were symbols of perfection and righteousness in medieval Europe, carved into church architecture. Today, they're the world's most popular berry by consumption. Grapes, actual berries, gave humanity wine, raisins, and vinegar. Grape cultivation dates back 8,000 years in the Caucasus region. They shaped entire civilizations. Without grapes, the Roman Empire's famous wine culture wouldn't have existed. Without grapes, there is no champagne, no raisins, no balsamic vinegar. Step away from the familiar and enter the tropics, where fruits grow that look like they were designed by a painter with a very vivid imagination. The mango. The mango is the king of tropical fruits, and in many parts of the world, simply the king of all fruits. It originated in South Asia over 4,000 years ago and has been cultivated in India. Buddhist monks carried mango trees across Southeast Asia. The Mughal emperors of India were obsessed with mangoes. Emperor Akbar is said to have planted an orchard of 100,000 mango trees. Today, India produces almost half of the world's mangoes. The mango isn't just a fruit. It's a memory. It's home. The pineapple came from South America, specifically Brazil and Paraguay, and when European explorers first encountered it in the 1490s, they were completely baffled. Nothing like it existed in Europe. Its armor-like exterior, its spiky crown, its sweet, acidic golden flesh inside. When pineapples were brought to Europe, they became the ultimate status symbol. Kings displayed them at banquets just to show them off, without even eating them. A single pineapple could cost the equivalent of thousands of dollars today. And now, you can buy one for $2 at any grocery store. The democratization of the pineapple is one of history's quiet revolutions. The durian no-fruit conversation is complete without the durian, the most controversial fruit on Earth. Native to Southeast Asia, the durian is enormous, spiky, and armored like a medieval weapon. Cut it open and the smell hits you like a wall. People describe it as a mix of onions, gym socks, turpentine, and, somehow, sweet custard. It is banned in many hotels, airports, and public transport systems across Southeast Asia. And yet, to those who love it, it is the greatest fruit that has ever existed. They call it the king of fruits. The flavor, once you get past the smell, is rich, creamy, and unlike anything else in nature. The durian divides people completely. There is no middle ground. You either love it or you flee from it. The citrus family deserves its own moment because it is vast, ancient, and deeply woven into human history. Lemons, limes, grapefruits, tangerines, clementines, pomelos, all part of the same family. All descendants in various combinations of just 3 original citrus fruits, the citron, the pomelo, and the mandarin. Every citrus fruit you've ever eaten is essentially a hybrid of those 3 ancestors. Citrus fruits changed the course of history. British sailors who ate citrus didn't get scurvy, the vitamin C deficiency that killed thousands of sailors on long voyages. The discovery that citrus could prevent scurvy transformed naval travel and, in a way, shaped the age of exploration. Lemons were once so precious that French King Louis XIV grew them in a special heated greenhouse at Versailles. Today, lemon juice goes into everything, from cooking to cocktails to cleaning products. Few fruits have been as useful to humanity as the humble lemon. From the ancient apple forests of Kazakhstan, to the royal pineapples of European courts, to the controversial durian markets of Southeast Asia, to the mango orchards planted by emperors. Fruit has been with us every step of the way. It fed us before we knew how to cook. It traveled with us as we explored the world. It shaped our cultures, our histories, our memories. Every fruit has a story, every bite connects you to something ancient and extraordinary, and now you know the story behind everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe for more food stories just like this one. And tell me in the comments, what's your favorite fruit? And did anything in this video surprise you? I'll see you in the next one.